Yeah, here we go. Episode number 8 of the You Trippin podcast. I am your host. Just call me Twin. Back again, man. This is episode number 8, like I said. I'm having a good week. Hope y'all having a good week. It's Wednesday? I'm in a good mood, man. Y'all see I got my hoodie on. I like hoodie season because that just means I can throw any type of hoodie. Like I love hoodies. That's my thing. I just like wearing hoodies. I be wearing hoodies when it's hot or cold, whatever. Really, it's really not even cold enough to wear a hoodie out here yet. It's still like 80 degrees, but nonetheless, it's colder everywhere else in the world. So here I am in my hoodie, ready to talk to y'all about traveling. That's really why I'm in a good mood, to be honest, because I'm going on a cruise. I guess it's technically next week. I'm going on a cruise with the fam. We are going to the Bahamas on a 4-day cruise. It's their first cruise and everything, so shout out to my family. Had to get them out of the country, man. I've been traveling a lot these past, I guess, couple of years, you could say. Yeah, couple of years, you could say. I've been traveling a lot, and really just want to share some knowledge with y'all, really, because I think a lot of the times people feel like they don't have the means to travel. They feel like they don't have the finances to travel. They feel like they don't have the ability to travel. And I'm not necessarily saying, like I said, we're going to the Bahamas. I'm not telling you to leave the country or nothing like that, but I think people have to understand that it's possible, but it's just a matter of what you consider to be a priority, right? So, with that being said, it's really just like, okay, if you have, income, obviously I'm assuming everybody has some type of income, but if you have a particular income that you're getting every month, all you have to do is budget your vacation in for your monthly expense. It's really not that difficult. I think a lot of the times people will see each other on vacations and stuff, and they think that they'll see like somebody goes to, let's just say where they went. Let's say they went to the Middle East let's just say they went to the Middle East. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, they went to the Middle East. Saudi Arabia. That's not the Middle East. Maybe. Whatever. Just say they went to the Middle East somewhere. That's really not the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of some other spot, but I can't get it out right now. So let's just say that they went there, but a lot of people think that you just all of a sudden just drop however much it costs. Let's just say you dropped $1,000 on this flight, hotel, food, whatever it is. A lot of people have this mindset of, well, it kind of just automatically draws you to, it's an expensive vacation. So you think all of this was paid for at once. But that's more often than not, that's not the case for a lot of people that take vacations. I know that's not how I do things. People might have money sitting there in their account and they're able to do that, but everybody's not that fortunate to be able to have a job where they can do that. So I say that to say, like, budget in a vacation. Like I said, this cruise that we're going on is to the Bahamas. It's a simple 4-day cruise. I think it was around, I want to say like $300 a person. So it was very inexpensive. And I think it's really a matter of learning how to travel. And that's what I was going to talk to y'all about. Kind of just try to give y'all a little few tips and everything that can be used for any vacation going forward. I will say though, I think it's easier for people to start out with cruises. And I say that because everything's included in the cost. So you can pay for your cruise and you don't have to worry about paying for food. You don't have to worry about paying for a room. You don't have to worry about your friends doing different things. Like, y'all really all gonna be on the same boat. So you pay that one cost, and really outside of that, you don't have to pay for anything else unless you just decide to do like an excursion, or you decide to get a bunch of different drinks or eat at one of the upscale restaurants on a boat. So, like I said, I feel like a cruise is an easier option for everyone to go to. And I mean, a lot of people don't know this either, that if you go on a cruise and you're you're leaving from the U.S. and you're redocking in the U.S., like the cruise ends in the U.S., you don't have to have a passport. You just need your birth certificate. I think a lot of people don't know that. They think that, hey, well, I'm not allowed to go to DR because I don't have a passport. I'm not allowed to go to the Bahamas or Europe or where we just get back from. A bunch of different places we went to this past May. But we took a cruise in May, and you don't have to have a passport for any of those places. Why? Because again, it's starting out in the U.S. and it's ending in the U.S. Based on that rule, well, I say this, I'm pretty sure it's like that with all cruise lines, but I know it's like that with Carnival. I do Carnival. Carnival Cruise Lines, you do not need a passport in order to go on a cruise. So, again, I feel like that's the easiest route for people to take if you're looking to go on a vacation. The cost of it is really a steal for what you're getting. Again, we paid like $300 a person or something like that for our cruise that I'm going on next week. And we paid for it like way ahead of time. And again, some people think that this stuff is being like this money is being dropped all at once. It's not like that. We put down, I think it was like a $50 deposit on our cruise, and this was in like July. So if we did that in July, and we're going on our cruise next week, mid-November, that's like 4 or 5 months we had. So you have a specific allotted amount of time for you to actually pay the cost of the cruise. All you have to do is pay a $50, $100 deposit. Carnival does specials where you might only have to pay $50 this week, or sometimes it's $25, sometimes it's $75. If you catch them on a regular day, depending on the length of the cruise, I think it might be like, I don't know, like $200 or $250 or something like that. But catch them on the days where they do specials. They do specials a lot, like not even necessarily on just holidays. They do specials on random days. So just check their website. Like, that's all you can do. Check their website, and you're gonna find a day where they pop up and they're like, we're doing a special today, and it's a $50 deposit. You pay $50 for that cruise that day. So today's November 6th. You pay $50 on November 6th. And your cruise might not be until, let's just say, April or May. But you pay $50 a day, and from there, you literally have 5 months to save $400, $500. That's $100 a month. If you can't save $100 a month, we need to be having a different conversation. You might need to go look at episode 6 about how you got food at home. Because $100 a month is $30 in a month. That's literally less than $4 a day that you're saving. You're probably spending $4 a day on something you shouldn't be spending $4 a day on anyway. Put that towards a vacation fund. It's about allocating your resources, allocating the money that you have left over. I'm not telling you that you should treat it really as a bill, because it's not a necessary expense. But everybody should take a vacation here and there, so you can deem it as necessary however you want to. But I want to say, like, I'm willing to bet that a lot of people have at least $4 a day left over for them to save. So save it for a vacation. If you save up $4 a day, save up $3 a day, however you want to look at it, and you do that for 5 months, you can end up going on a 4, 5, 6 day cruise, and you'll go a bunch of different places. That's the good thing about cruises, again, is that you're not necessarily, if you're just flying to Vegas or you're flying to LA, flying to Atlanta, flying to Miami, whatever it is, on cruises, you're not just going to one place. If you go on a 4-day cruise, 5-day cruise, 6-day cruise, you go on to 2, 3, maybe 4 places, all for one price. We took a cruise in May. I'm still trying to remember where we went. We went to like St. Thomas, St. Kitts, Grand Turks, and somewhere else. I can't even remember right now. But we went to 4 different places, and I think it was maybe like $600 or something like that. But again, that money is saved up over time. It's not like we got $10,000 sitting in our account and we just like, yeah, we spontaneously bought a cruise. It's not how it happened. That's not how a lot of people do it. to be honest, it's a matter of budgeting for it. You pay $50 up front and then you figure out how much you need to save per day, then it's just like, save it. I think people make it a little harder than it has to be because they see everybody else taking these vacations, and mentally you would think that all this money is being spent up front when that's not really the case. So just keep that in mind that, hey, I can take vacations too. Another thing is, like I said, with Carnival, they do a lot of different, not sales, but they do specials where you only have to pay $50, $25, whatever it is. But sign up for like accounts with these places. I think a lot of people don't do it because they may feel like it's like a cost associated with it, or they look at it as a subscription, like it's like Netflix or something like that, but it's not. Like, you don't have to pay to have an account with Carnival. You don't have to pay to have an account with Norwegian. You don't have to pay to have an account with these places. You just, like, that's just what it's free. Like, it's an account. They're not signing you up for some crazy thing where you have to pay a monthly bill for whatever it is. It's literally just you signing up and having an account with them. And even then, a lot of the times, if you have an account with people, they give you a special discount that somebody who doesn't have an account may not get. On top of that, Carnival, I think Carnival has their own like personal credit card. If you cannot afford to get it, do not get it. But the smart thing that I know a lot of people do with Carnival credit card is they'll end up getting one, and they save up the money for their cruise. They'll pay for their cruise on their Carnival credit card so they can get the points and everything and rack up cruise points. I think they'll eventually end up giving you a free cruise depending on how many points you have on the card. So you'll pay for your cruise with that card and then use the money that you actually saved up to pay for the cruise. Just put it on your credit card first because you'll still get your points for it. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't look at it like that because they don't feel a need to put it on a credit card because they have it already on their debit card or whatever they use for cash. You can still use that card, but use the credit one first and then apply the payment to your debit card. Use your debit card to pay for that actual credit card that you just used, and then you'll be able to rack up points. Same thing with like flights, taking flights places. If you got like a Delta credit card, you do the same thing. There's a lot of people that don't realize that, I think, and I think they kind of like forget it. Like, you can use those cards if you have the money for it. If you saved up for to actually purchase a cruise or a flight or whatever it is, like, it's okay to use those for that reason because you're still getting rewards points for it. And really, that's kind of like cash back because you end up not having to pay for a future cruise or pay for a meal or pay for a future flight, whatever it is. You don't have to end up paying for those things. So, sign up for them. Even if we're not even talking about cruises, sign up for Delta, sign up for JetBlue, sign up for, what's another airline? I don't fly Frontier or Spirit, but sign up for those. Sign up for Southwest. Sign up for these different airlines. Like, they give people that are in their, I guess you call them loyalty programs, they give people that are in their loyalty programs discounts. You get special discounts if you have an account with people. It's not expensive. Well, it doesn't cost anything, actually, so it's free. So it's definitely not expensive. But sign up. Yeah, it's not going to hurt. So sign up for them. And if you don't see yourself traveling like that, or you don't think you're getting good deals out of it, just unsubscribe. Take your email off the list. Not that difficult. I think people kind of lock themselves up in a hole, and they think that when they see other people on vacation, they kind of come up with their own ideals of how it happened. They come up with their own way of what they pay for, what they're doing while they're there. And a lot of people think traveling is like super duper expensive. It's not that expensive. It's not as expensive as a lot of people think. I went on like 6, 7, 8 different trips like 2 years ago. In 2017, I went a crazy amount of places. I went to Colombia. I went to Panama, South America. I went to Dominican Republic. I went a bunch of different places. I really don't even remember. It was a couple years ago. But I was traveling a lot, but I was doing it on a budget. I wasn't making a crazy amount of money or nothing like that. So it's like, again, you budget for it, and then you pay for it at a later date. That's all it is. I mean, with flights, I know they fluctuate. And that's fine, but they fluctuate within a specific number. It's not going like, well, unless it's a holiday season or something like that. Most flights aren't going to go from like $250 to like $700. It's not going to happen. So you can budget within a range of, if it's $250 today, it might get up to $350 if you wait too late. So budget for it. That's fine. But it's possible to be able to travel and not just throw all the money in the pot at the same time. I think people forget that because they come up with their own way of how things look on the surface, when in reality, that's not how it went down at all. People sometimes forget that, and I'm like, look, you can travel just as much as I travel. Maybe the only reason that's holding you back is because you might not get as much PTO as me. But you can travel as much as you see other people traveling. You just have to find the means to do it, and you just have to look, search, check Google. Google always has crazy flight prices, and yeah, I think it's called like Google Flights. You can literally look it up on Google on the different places that you can go, the different times of year you can go, and for what price. You don't even have to select a particular day. It'll literally show you a whole calendar, and it has the price set on each day. So it's like, you don't have to even select anything specific. Just utilize it as a tool to be like, okay, well, Tuesday is too expensive. Let's go on Wednesday. Speaking of, it's cheaper to fly on Tuesdays. I think it's like Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe Sundays. It's cheaper to fly on certain days during the week. Don't quote me on that, but Google it, because it's cheaper to fly on certain days of the week. Obviously, like a Friday or Saturday, it's going to be a little more expensive. But if you fly like during the week, like Tuesday, or I want to say it's Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, those are the days where flights will be a little cheaper. So a lot of people think that they have to take vacations from like Friday to Friday or something like that. Take a vacation like Tuesday to Tuesday, and you'll probably save a few $100s just by flying on Tuesday instead of going on the weekend. And you still have that whole week plus the weekend to do whatever it is you want to do. It's a matter of just being smart and searching for those things. Everything's on the internet nowadays. It's not that difficult to find somewhere to travel to within your means. I'm not telling you to go and waste money on something and put yourself in a hole because you want to go to Europe. You want to go to Italy or Germany or whatever it is. Don't go and drop $1,500 on a trip that you don't have no business dropping money on like that. You can go somewhere small. The Bahamas is small to me because it's a simple vacation. It's not very far away. It's affordable. That's the thing. It's very affordable to get to the Bahamas, even really if you're flying there. But again, I feel like cruise is the better option for beginners, because then that way you don't have to pay for a flight. You don't have to look for an Airbnb or a hotel. You don't have to try to get transportation from the airport. You don't have to try to get transportation to the airport when you leave. You don't have to really worry about paying for food. You don't have to really worry about paying for drinks. All of these different things. It's like you have to do those things when you're flying somewhere. You have to worry about paying for different things separately. Whereas on a cruise is really, for the most part, it's just one bill. You pay for this one bill, you'll put your deposit down, say $50 again. You'll put your deposit down. A few months later, you drop that $350, $400, whatever it is, and then you ready to go. Go on your cruise, make as many stops as y'all gonna make, eat, drink, have fun. You got a bed, you got a shower, you can bring all your hygiene stuff, you can bring drinks with you. I guess you can buy certain things on the ship that will obviously, raise your cost. But if you don't buy those things, you basically pay one cost for you to go somewhere for 4 or 5 days. But if you fly somewhere, you got all these different things that you have to do and figure out where you're going to stay at, figure out where you're going to eat, figure out how long you're going to be there, figure out the best day to fly, blah, blah, blah. It can get a little overwhelming. But if you do a cruise, it's literally just one cost. Makes it a little easier. So for my beginners out there on traveling and everything, look at Carnival website. Look at Norwegian's website. It's another one. I can't think of the other one right now. It's a few other ones. They have Disney cruises and all that stuff. Disney cruises are very expensive. But look at those, man. Like, look at those, have fun with it, see where you would like to go. I'm sure depending on where you is, there should be a port semi close to you. I guess that definitely a fly. I guess that definitely does change things. Depending on where you are, you might not have a port that's like a half hour away from you, like me, or we got like 2 or 3 ports that's like right close to us, but you might not have a port that's right up on you. But again, it's a part of planning. So if you need to plan to go wherever or drive wherever to the cruise port, plan for that, and you can leave your car there. They have places that you can park, and you just pay like $8-9 a day for you to park there. That's only like $40. Don't trip. If you're going on a 4-day cruise and it's $9 a day, that's $36. It's okay. So, depending on where you are, I'm sure there's a cruise port somewhere around you, and you can literally go on Carnival's website. I've never been on Norwegian website. I just fly Carnival is what I'm used to, and I like it. You can literally go on their website, and all you have to do is find your port, and it'll literally tell you the places that you can go. It's really simple. I think people make it a little too difficult, and it'll literally show. I think it shows you the price from low to high on the different places to go. So I'm in Tampa. I think Tampa mainly cruises to Mexico. Then Port Canaveral, which is in Orlando, they kind of go everywhere. They go to like Bahamas. They go to the Dominican Republic. That's where I went for St. Kitts and Grand Turks. All those places. Yeah, Port Canaveral is probably the one that does a lot of the big places. But yeah, I think Tampa goes to Mexico. But again, like, it just depends on the port that you're close to, and you can go a bunch of different places. If you want to fly somewhere and then go to the closest port, whatever it is, but you're able to travel. I'm here to tell you, you can travel. I know a lot of people have seen me and my brother traveling a lot, whatever, these last couple of years. We was doing twin telepathy for a little bit. Y'all was seeing where we was going and stuff like that. And we had fun with it. It was a good time, but it's like, we're not the only ones that can do that. A lot of people have reached out to us like, man, I need to get like y'all. Like, you can do this. I promise you can. And I'm willing to help you do it. If you need me to help you find a cruise somewhere, find a flight somewhere, hey, inbox me, DM me. I'm on like everything on social media, pretty much. I'll respond. Like, I'm here to help you take a vacation, because we all need it every once in a while, man. Everybody don't need to just be sitting around miserable, not using their PTO hours. Use your PTO and go on vacation. For real. Don't stress yourself out at these jobs. We'll talk about that on another episode too, but you should not be stressing yourself out at work. They don't pay you enough for that. It's not enough money in the world for you to be stressed out about work. But again, travel. You got to see the world, man. I promise you, wherever you live, it's a lot more to see than where it is that you live. Don't stay in that little box. Don't stay confined in that little box thinking that you can't go nowhere else just because so-and-so said so, or you think it's too expensive to travel, or you don't think you have the money to. I promise you, you have the money to. If you want to send me your monthly income, we can figure it out together and be like, if you save X amount of dollars per day, in April, you can go on a cruise to here. We can do it together. I'll help you out. I want to see y'all prosper. I want to see y'all traveling. Y'all need to. I promise you, there's a lot going on outside of that box that you in. I got a lot of people in Cincinnati. I got people out here. I got people in Texas, Tennessee, wherever it is. It's a lot going on outside of that box that you in, man. So go experience it. You ain't got to go on a bunch of trips like me. That's fine. I just like to do it because it's fun. It's relief. I like to travel. Some people don't like it that much. As much as I do. I know most people like to travel, but maybe not as much as me. But at the end of the day, get out of there, man. Get out of that city, get out of that country, wherever you are, and go travel. Go somewhere. I'm pretty sure you won't regret it. But like I said, look, man, hey, if y'all need help finding a place or finding a cruise, whatever it is, let me know. I'm here to help. I really can help. I don't mind helping at all right? I think that's all I got on this. Yeah. This is episode 8 of the You Trippin' podcast. Don't trip. Just travel, man. Just travel. Everything will be all right. All right? About to go ahead and get out of here on y'all again. Episode 8, I am Just Call Me Twin. Y'all have a good one, man. I might see y'all after this cruise. Hopefully. I'm going to tell y'all how it went, but I'm going to leave it where it's at. Y'all be good. We out of here.